Hello and welcome to day 2 of the North Sea Conference here in Brunstad. The first plenary session today was hosted by the North Sea Programme Secretariat, which outlined the finer details of the application procedure. Day 2 of the North Sea Conference opened with a double-handed session from Carsten Westerholt and Christian Birret. This focused on how to maximise your chances of a successful application and important changes to the new programme.
The first level control and the new emphasis on it may sound as if it's all about tightening control and tightening the grip that we have on projects, but really it's not. It's simply about getting the controllers to do what they were supposed to do all the time. In some programs and also with some projects in our own program, we've seen that the controllers do not always carry out a very good job. Sometimes they either do not advise, or sometimes they even give wrong advice to projects.
Another important fail-safe for a successful project has also been stepped up in the new programme. The partnership agreement has now become a compulsory element.
From a project perspective, it's a very, very good tool for making sure that everybody knows exactly what's expected of them. It's a good tool for, and something you should have in place in the very initial phase of your project, in a phase where everything is still all right, everything is still rosy, and to have it ready for a rainy day.
Managing your budgets was another key theme, as Christian Birret encouraged delegates to keep a close eye on their finances.
What we'd like people to do is to actually think of how they arrive at these figures, to not just roll the dice, but actually to do their homework and make sure that they understand why they arrived at the figures. And the reason why that's important is that the scope for changes is very limited in the future.
Christian was keen to point out to delegates that these technical issues, although important, should not discourage them from getting their applications underway. Christian Birret there from the North Sea Programme Secretariat. After the launch of 4B yesterday, delegates began questioning what it all meant and wrestling with the concepts of innovation and transnationality. Ron Branscombe reports on the seminar sessions.
On the panel in the main hall to help lead the discussion, some old hands from 3B and before, including Koji Veselius, the Interreg manager for the North Netherlands, based in Leeuwarden.
I think the main thing to come back to every time again is the inspiration that you find in a project idea, and to draw from this inspiration the energy and also the, let's call it the bubbles, to have a project preparation where you combine the fun, your inspiration, the contribution to the public, the contribution to the economic and regional development in the North Sea region. And I think these are the ingredients that we really need, and of course the program is there to facilitate that.
As the questions flowed, sometimes it seemed as if the newer delegates were swimming slowly in deep water, struggling to understand what was being demanded of them under the new targets. Nicole Schaefer, however, was upbeat about the process, and as a member of the 4B preparation group, she's in a good position to judge.
I think there is already a small lift-off towards innovation and how it can be operationalized. But for sure there is still some cold water, and there are still people swimming there, not very sure how to involve the right project partners. And particularly the question regarding transnationality and how to link transnationality to the people on the ground, the local needs, is something which is still challenging for the people. But I think we've done that already. We had already projects that dealt with private partners from local, from the regions, from municipalities. So we have already succeeded in that, and I'd like to say that transnationality is not rocket science. It's bringing people together from different countries that are looking for solutions that they can jointly develop and that they can jointly use for the challenges. So that's what we're looking when we're talking about transnationality.
There were similar discussions in all the Breakout seminars, and each reached a common conclusion: transition takes time.
After a challenging morning of getting to grips with the new programme, the afternoon allowed delegates to get down to the business of finding a partner.
It's a bit like speed dating. You take a number and spend a short time talking with your prospective partner, then move on to the next. Julie Craig is hoping to find transnational support for her film locations project.
The kind of partners that we're looking for are, for example, economic development agencies within across at least 5 regions. We've already spoken to people across about 7 countries who are in the North Sea Screen Commission. We've also spoken to screen commissions who are very interested in a project like this, because clearly there is a lot of competition in the screen sector generally, and it's very important that they should be able to compete both in terms of being a film location, but more importantly in terms of developing their own indigenous production community. And also in tandem with that, developing the audience for the productions that they create, both for film, television and advertising. Clearly people want to see their own culture reflected in advertising, and it's actually a very important area of persuasion, as we all know, at all stages in life. So.
Julie Craig there looking for her dream partnership. Most delegates will be heading home tomorrow, but you can see a full summary report of the conference on our website. We'd like to leave the last word to the delegates, so it just remains for me to say, ha det bra fra Brunstad.
I think it is a new starting point. We have a new program, and lots of people are very positive about finding new project partners, developing new ideas, and I think it really works within this conference.
I think we have this broad variety reaching from really the direct contacts, people to people, but also really tangible outcomes, direct investments or follow-up investments, projects that have long-lasting impacts, meaning that they might have ended now, but the impacts are ongoing and they have really created a difference in their regions.
The Interreg program results in so many good projects, and we're just like a big happy family.